has exhausted himself, he will start taking on guests, and he'll probably maybe have me on first. I'm not sure. So, however long it takes to get to that point, that's how long we'll be waiting. And I'll just let the restream run for that duration.
Oh, the mystery of
the crash.
What updated? Let me just check this. Yeah, 64.
I'm waiting for his permission.
It
No,
could
I
be
haven't
anything.
asked him to.
We all could have done, as I was saying, with
one more time. Yeah.
We all could have done with a hint. Actually, I didn't even need a hint. I don't need even a hint. I'd like a hint of how big a guy's penis is.
Okay, you mean just
I'll take it.
Ballpark. Yeah,
I'm curious.
Like
You're curious.
Small, medium, large, something. I mean,
you can't
is
help
that big
looking,
enough for you?
It's too much. Actually,
that's too much.
Either
yes or no.
Yeah,
like that.
Yeah, yes or no. Are we clearing fist or what? That's what I want to know.
Okay.
Is it like? Is it? I'll take a. All right, or whoa. Those are my levels. We're at the urinal. We're all looking. And I'm looking for whoa. That's what I'm looking for. The whoa penis.
This is why I don't use urinals.
That's what I'm
I know
looking
for a fact people fucking look.
And you get a all
right.
right.
I don't want you
just
to look
what
at
I
my
suspected.
Dick. I go to a stall like a gentleman.
Then sometimes you get a whoa.
Yeah.
What's going on there? Wow. Woo.
So what is it in
Zama?
What is it in this case?
I don't think most people look, but I know some people do. And that's enough for me to be like, fuck that.
Ralph has outdone
I'm not doing show and tell. I want to go pee. I don't sit to pee. I just go to a stall. You can stand up at a
This
stall.
is so like outside of my world that it isn't even like.
What world is it a part of?
Well, good point.
I mean, who drops their own sex tapes?
So what did I mean?
Why are we seeing so many sex tapes? Why do I know what Monkey Jones' dick looks like?
What's the official narrative going on right now?
I don't know.
Yeah.
What's the official narrative?
Have you talked to him?
Poe's mad. What is always the official narrative? I don't know.
I don't know. The first thing I think is that
he was clearly hacked. He was hacked by 4chan.
Yeah.
Anonymously.
Yeah.
They logged in.
Okay.
They fucking to his phone. They cloned his phone.
Yep. That was my first thought. 4chan.
What are you gonna do when your sex tape leaks?
Just leave the. I don't know.
What are you gonna do?
Probably leave the earth.
I am surprised and thankful that Ralph didn't kill himself. To be honest, I thought for a second, I'm like, oh man, I don't know. You just never know in these times what's gonna happen.
Here, I'm gonna switch to the actual Discord, and we'll kind of jump ahead.
What's gonna be your official story when your sex tape drops?
It wasn't me.
He
got reelected
because no one cares about crack.
They did more. They did more when it was a black guy in the 80s.
They said they did more.
Yeah.
But who's voting for him?
Well,
other persuasions of jogging Americans who were crack friendly.
Yeah. No, because DC, that's people who live in DC are almost
I don't give a fuck about crack.
Yeah. Yeah.
Motherfucker, I feed my kids on crack. What are you talking about? I want a man in the office who knows what the deal is.
Crack bought this house.
Crack bought this house.
Crack bought this VCR. Do you remember? I don't know if you remember it. It was a long time ago, but all the sheriff's office in Santa Clarita.
Yeah.
They all got.
I fucking hate the Santa Clarita sheriff.
Well, they all got busted.
It's a pain in the ass.
I can't remember who was.
They all have boats.
Oh well, yeah, they all go to the lake and stuff. But no, they got busted for taking all the fucking contraband and getting rid of it and adding wings to their houses and fucking buying boats and cars and all that kind of shit.
Oh yeah,
this is like late 80s.
You guys bored up there?
Yeah,
but that Santa Clarita is the epicenter of bored cops. They are cranking out cops like orcs in Legend of Mordor up there. They have an unlimited number of cops that they just churn out. Oh, that's where my fucked up perspective on police comes from, because I only know them from a white suburban teenager's point of view.
Well, he said, the cop that we both know, he was in Linwood for many years.
Yeah,
in South Central, and he said
Dick has a lot.
Transferred.
Dick has a ton of.
I think when he became a sergeant, he got transferred
just his
up
Patreon
to
is like thousands
the Santa Clarita
of people.
station,
Mm-hmm.
and he said never in his life was he ever
that.
talked to anywhere like he was talked to as soon as he got out
I don't know
there
when I'm
by
going
like
on.
suburban white kids.
Yeah,
you know,
when-
we
like,
don't
when
we
the
don't take
replay is
kindly
up, I
of
will-
your kind around
like-
these parts.
yeah, like,
officer.
When the replay
immediately-
is up, I will.
Yeah.
Why don't you go back where you came from,
the
officer?
intro part. So
Yeah,
if
We
you
don't
have any
take too
interest in
kindly to
preserving
you around these parts.
before I get on the
don't tell me. I
big
mean,
show,
just don't talk. I
you'll
mean,
have to record that on your own because I will not be.
nobody in the
posting that.
hood would ever talk like that because they're afraid they might get killed. Like
by
suburban,
someone else in the hood,
Yeah,
and the
like-
cops there to protect them.
that
Part of it.
That was
That's part of it.
that was another point
I'm,
that he made.
I'm
was
louder,
he goes,
right? I
"What
think
you
my audio
see
is all set
on
right now.
TV and everything is such a skewed perception of." He's like, these are people. They don't want these motherfuckers here too.
Yeah.
Because who do you think they have to deal
Great
with on
They
a
have-
daily
the
basis?
bars on the windows are not to keep out the police.
Right.
I gotta keep
Right.
out other motherfuckers.
No, he said like, you know, he had been in like
We didn't even
No,
get
my mic is fine. I'm
trick-or-treaters
just
at my
fucking
parents'
around with
house
the
'cause
audio
hill's too
stream.
far to climb.
yeah, right.
Well, what are you gonna carry a grand piano down the
Dax
street?
Morissette.
You gonna fence that thing? It's Kauai. There's no resale value on it. It's a Korean piece of shit. You get a good tone out of that one. You couldn't get a good
Remember
tone
his
out of my
live
parents'
stream. Don't
grand
compare the
piano
numbers
in the
because
middle
that's
of the
just
fucking Sahara
dishonest.
Desert.
His live stream
That's how bad. That's
is
my
his
opinion of Kauai
patrons. You have to
pianos.
pay $20 a month to get access to that URL for
We
the
still have that same
YouTube.
one.
Yeah, they do, and it's all bleached. as
Mine's
shit.
free.
Is it really? Why? Because
obviously.
it's been in the
It's been in the sun for 20 years. I don't
Yeah.
know. That was like a thing in the 80s. You bought a grand piano.
and nobody.
It's
yeah,
not 20
nobody
anymore.
plays.
It's 25. I
Nobody-
don't know how much it is
That's so
after
Get
true.
married,
taxes
you
and
have
shit.
kids.
I'm
you
sure
buy
they take a
piano.
third
That's
after
so
all
true.
said and done,
Did.
especially in
you
California.
were-
Now
But
you just eat hot chip and
I'm sure you
lime.
lose half your income at his income
If you had
bracket,
some
but-
money, you got like a baby grand. If you had a lot of money, you got a
They
grand.
have, they have baby grand.
If you-
I don't want to give them.
No,
I don't
no,
want
no,
to
I
give
don't-
them that satisfaction.
What is
It's
it,
a baby
si-
grand.
6.5 feet, something like that.
No, a baby grand under. It's sub 6. My
Oh.
piano's 6'1".
Oh yeah, 6. Oh yeah, right.
Theirs is like theirs has got to be 5'6",
No, you're right.
5'4",
something like
5'6".
6.5-ish or
It's an
something,
Italy
and
amount.
bigger is. Yeah.
If you put my piano next to my father's piano
Mhm.
and you look,
I'm up as
from
much
the
as I can
direction of
go.
my
This
piano,
is,
you
this
wouldn't
is
even
as good
be
as it's
able
gonna
to
get.
see my father's piano. That's how small it is compared
Yeah.
to mine.
right.
And I'm talking about length.
That's the fist test.
It's like pyramids.
No,
in ancient
nobody's
Egypt.
coming on this
You get a
stream.
piano in the suburbs.
I'll
You get a
hopefully
piano
end up
that's
talking to
slightly
him
longer.
one-on-one, or
And you
just
can
him
put,
and
you put
Sean
it
or
closer,
whoever's in
you know, like
studio.
the pyramids. You couldn't build it
I'm gonna
bigger
tell
than
him
your
if he
dad's.
brings
I
anyone
didn't
else
know it's
on. I
fucking
have no
true.
interest
I
in
didn't go
talking to the
school, so who
pedophile, and I
knows?
have no interest
Probably
in
just
talking
a
to the
story a
addict.
teacher told me so they could size me up.
If
for
he
a
doesn't want to
weight.
hear what I have to say, then I don't have anything else to say.
Yeah, that's that.
Presenting Dick.
Oh God, that's loud. Sex tape. It's all gonna be out there. Yeah! Welcome to Dick. You want to get Dick, you love it, you got it. It's a show. It's a contest coming to you live from Mountain Bunk, deep in the heart of the city of failure. I'm your host, Dick Masterson, aka the $20 million man. Voted America's worst Mexican 70 weeks running. Joining me as always is world touring LA based comedian Sean, the audio engineer.
Congratulations on your 70th milestone there.
Thank you.
70th
Gordon.
week.
Thank you for
Chat,
not killing yourself.
Chad, are you just being like, are you just playing teens right now, or do you really find this like so offensive to your senses? Because the chat's not being very nice at the moment, and I can't tell if it's like a genuine hatred or if people are just like angry at him.
I don't know. Where is it? Where's my suicide stats arenas? It's doubled, I think, since last. Double the percentage who did so last summer. 25%, the CDC says, seriously considered suicide in the last 30 days in the 18 to 25 age range.
Yeah, that's really young too, because
that.
I think the largest range is somewhere in middle age. I think is the because they've
Middle
lived
age?
long enough. They've lived long enough to know that they're pretty well fucked in society and everything.
Shit, I
and
should have
they're
worked
never
out
gonna,
in my 20s.
and, well,
Fuck.
and then
I should have
just
put some money
everything.
into Chainlink, like Dick said.
where the country is, and then
I should have married that girl and had kids.
Hey, now don't make fun of
What was I
Sean.
waiting for?
well, you have
Sean's
enough
a
time
homie.
to
What was I
have
hoping for?
a long track record of regrets, and then you can see you're not so far out from the end that you're like,
Then your memory
fuck it.
starts failing.
what's the point?
Like, I'm pretty sure I was always this fat and dumb.
Yeah.
It
Well,
should go the other way.
that would-
Boomers, all you boomers out there, you should really take a day to take stock, find the most paranoid weed you can find,
Oh, that's funny.
and really think about
Yeah.
all the mistakes
Right.
you've made in your life. and how you fucked everyone. Oh, really just think about it. Think about how things used to be and how you're never going to understand them again.
They need some special boomer edition sativa strain, you know?
Just gets you existential void.
Yeah.
Existential crisis. What's this one called? Pineapple existential crisis.
Very good. Yeah.
You'll love it.
Right.
It's just for you. It's 65 and over only.
Yeah.
Like, I need to see some ID, sir.
And it fills you with such
kill you.
My internet is fine. Everything seems fine on my end. If it's buffering, that's on you.
And
I'm
everything
afraid.
is
I'm
worse
supposed
than
to kill myself to get out, actually. Yeah, this is making a lot of sense. Somebody...
Am I who I say I am?
I don't think so.
Yeah.
How long have I been living this lie?
Right.
I got to get out of this skin.
Right.
Right.
Drugs
are bad, kids. 25% seriously considered suicide. Recent panel.
That's really young, too.
Bleepity bleepity bleep. Yeah. So there you go.
Yeah.
The age group that was not at risk at all.
Yeah. Mental health, not in a good place.
God, I almost.
I guess his argument is that because the middle-agers are more suicidal right now, the threat of suicide is greater than the threat of COVID for them. Because of the lack of activities.
My barber right around from, or my salon right around from the place where I used to live, like 3 blocks away, the building burned down. I was almost there. No,
this I did. I stuck my
Get
head
those
right
communist ants out of my chat.
Yeah.
Rand's already on to me. He already knows that I glow in the dark because I
haven't broken those things
quoted
England.
England.
I don't know.
I posted one of his articles in Ralph's thread.
You play croquet about every 20 years.
Yeah, I got made fun of too for that being like a hoity-toity.
Have you seen that?
I mean, it's sticks and like stick hammers,
and you fuck around with it.
Yeah,
the object of croquet is just to fuck the other guy.
Like they sell it.
I don't even care about hitting the thing. I just want to hit the other ball so I can whack it across the yard.
So this was the worst fucking thing imaginable. We're playing with the boys. It's an all-boys game.
I'll tone him down a bit. I want to go on a tangent about that. Rand is such a fucking weirdo. His mind is actually that he believes that the government has an interest in sending me as some sort of cyber warfare, psychological warfare element against him and Ralph, whom he presupposes to be saviors of white identitarianism. And the government's gambit at stopping like a neo-fascist movement is to suppress him. And it's like you would think that's like a joke of someone like just being silly or whatever, but no, that's like he actually believes that, and his listeners believe that too because they leave comments on my shit saying like, "Oh, you're fucking a Fed." You're trying to crush. You're trying to abort Ralph to hurt the right, and it's like, no.
You know how the rules of croquet.
I think that's. I mean, I don't know. I guess that's what a Fed would say, right? How can you trust me?
Have you ever fucked up hitting somebody else's ball,
Sean? I put my head right in the fucking oven.
Is that why?
We went through the entire fucking game.
Like, I'm gonna whack this 30 yards across the fucking whole backyard.
My dad fucked me over, and they thought it was so funny that they gang raped him for the rest of the game. My dad my dad who's good at everything sports related, finally gets all the way to the pin. All the way through, all the way to the post at the other end. I'm in second place. I have this fucking Happy Gilmore putt. Like
I don't know anything about sports. There's literally nothing I can comment on this conversation. I feel bad for
my father's ball. Unbelievable.
I feel bad for not being more transformative, but there's literally nothing I can say about sports.
You can either go again or clobber the shit out of their ball, right?
With your ball. With
your ball, yeah.
What sport is he even talking about? What game do you play with bats where you like competitively swing at the same ball? Is that like Quidditch? What the fuck is he playing?
They sell it at Target.
I know.
What the fuck?
It just seems
cricket?
like something that, like,
crochet?
I don't know.
Croquet.
You've seen that? The only other authenticated photo of Billy the Kid. He's playing cricket. I didn't know that. Besides that, that reverse.
I've never seen people play cricket. I would have no fucking idea. I don't think I've even accidentally watched cricket for like a millisecond on like a television in a sports pub or something. I don't think I've ever been exposed to it. I barely have an idea of what it is.
So fucking good.
Is that the one you play on horseback? What's
What's
that one called?
You want to make him go get
Oh,
the
polo. That's
You're
right.
gonna have to go get the net, man.
Yeah,
Actually. And then
This is how humiliating.
I'm gonna push you in.
You have to go get. You have to go get a piece of equipment that's outside of the realm of the game to get your ball. That's how bad I'm gonna fuck you.
Oh man, this feels so good. And I'm gonna blame my
Here,
nephew for this.
well, someone's saying maybe I did get turned by a glow in the dark. Let's set a safety word right now. Years in the future, because no Fed is ever going to see this stream, right? If I ever flip Fed, I will inform the masses. I will make a big post talking about my favorite cricket team. If I ever do that, if I ever start talking about cricket or polo or whatever the fuck those fucking queer British sports are, that's your cue to know to skedaddle and burn everything.
In front of the ball, skip over the ball, and then glance off my ball and knock it like a foot and a half. And I just hear the fucking failure. It's like, oh, and then right back to reality, like Eminem. Everyone's laughing and pointing at me. 80s Girl has pictures of my dick that she's showing my mom, and they're pointing and laughing at it.
Each successive picture is shrinking.
She put a filter on it, so it shrunk.
Yeah.
Actually, it was a picture of Ralph's dick that she
legit though. Remember that? I will. I swear. I swear to you. Or if the cricket post ever comes, skedaddle. Get the fuck out.
I don't know that. I don't know how big anyone's dick is looking from, these phones. Depends what kind of phone you have. The focal length of the phone could be.
What is he talking about? I lost track of what's happening on the stream.
Trust it with these deep fakes too. I mean,
yeah, your stomach sometimes.
Oh, he's talking about the sex
too.
tape and how it's a fake or whatever.
It's the real. The weather plays a big part of it.
Yeah.
How much your hydration levels are a big part of it. How big your dick is another big part of it.
But that's way down the list.
Way down the list.
Oh, he's defending the size of Ralph's penis. His penis is obviously
equally.
small.
I took the croquet mallet and I threw it over the fence. I said, suck my white ass ball. I spun around. I threw it over the fence and I stuck my head in the oven. I grabbed 2 bottles of liquor. I drank them both at the same time.
Right.
I stuck my head in the oven, and I started crying.
And when
I wanted to die. Nothing happened. I didn't know you were supposed to turn the oven on.
You gotta turn it on.
I thought you just died.
Yeah.
You stuck it
right.
in there.
It was just right.
Worst fucking feeling I have ever. I would rather have posted my own sex tape.
Oh God. Everybody's laughing.
How would you do a sex tape? I'd do like a American Psycho,
Oh yeah.
Recreate it, like that.
Yeah.
How would you do it?
Probably with a camera.
Yeah. Would you be?
Sean's the best part. I mean, I guess I can't. That's kind of mean to
yeah.
say. Sean's like
I
the
think so.
sidekick, but Sean has like quippy, like couple word responses and stuff that make you laugh.
I can hear
have a sensible chuckle
the
to things.
drool hitting the floor on him from here. I can hear it. He's making a mess.
The day of his
He's
life.
making a mess in his kitchen. He's just salivating.
I could feel
like a Labrador being teased with a piece of pizza.
I could feel I could feel his joy, and I've never heard a more joyful "you rang" because he left the server for a bit, but I went back there on the day of the G Day, the day of the sex tape. I went in there. I said, "Is Null in here?" And he said, "You rang." Or something like that.
He's positively giddy. There's no antidepressant in the world can compete with that.
It's the only thing that can bring us together. As our generation has milestones in our shared story that exist that are comprised entirely of illicit materials, from the Pam Anderson sex tape to the Carlos spicy wiener. What was Wiener's Carlos Danger, to the leaked sex when he was sending his dick around. And
Anthony Weiner.
Carlos
Wiener. He does look like a Carlos.
It was Carlos Danger. That was his name. That was his fake name.
Oh, really? See, I didn't even know that.
It was like Carlos Dangerous
Anthony
pedophile or something
Weiner.
like that.
That guy.
Oh God.
So, oh,
I think
God.
my dad was gonna call in to gloat. I hope not.
What, gloat about the
I hope he gets in a
croquet?
fucking car wreck. Yeah.
Really? He,
Oh, that's awful.
he enjoyed it that much, huh?
Oh, I mean, right at the end, and then you're the poison ball, and you get to just your specific purpose in the game is to go fuck over everybody else. Ah. Glance 2 feet away, he's instantly poisoned, instantly kills me. So I'm the biggest loser. 80s Girl is still working on Wicket number 4, by the way, holding the
What's
club
a
the wrong
Wicket?
way, doing an impression of Alice.
What
in
is
Wonderland
this?
with the
I
fingers,
can't
except
follow
it's
this
just a snake.
conversation. This is worse than when Sean talks about fucking baseball. Like, that's the worst sport. I don't think any sport's worse than baseball.
God.
We went out. This one, I don't know. Yeah, this made me rage going out.
Wicket is the hoops the ball goes there. Okay.
We went to the Rustic Inn. We went to this bar.
Oh, yeah.
Because they said they were doing serving outside.
Isn't the Rustic Inn? Isn't that is that a whiskey bar?
What's the funny word for the badminton ball?
It's more of a horrid.
It's a shuttlecock.
Yeah, where is?
Let's talk about shuttlecocks instead.
Hillhurst and like Franklin.
I know what that is.
Amazing
I think it's because my aunt played
We go there to watch.
badminton
Yeah,
at some
we go there
point.
all the time because you're scummy.
I found the word very, very
bottom
funny.
of Los Feliz Village. Yeah.
Everyone in our friend group has gotten the waitress's number at this bar. That's
right.
Separately and blown it.
Right. Oh, really? The same waitress?
Yeah.
Oh, God.
Yeah. So we go there. This is how hilarious the lockdown procedures are. We go there and they do they put a gun to your head, the temperature gun.
Yeah.
To check your temp, right?
And they have outside or whatever.
That's what they say. And we're like, well, what are we eating in the asphalt? We're eating in the fucking parking lot of a bank?
Let me guess. The windows are open. Like all the doors and windows are
open.
I played football very briefly when I was in middle school. And I just remember I was like such a big kid even back then that like I would have 3 or 4 neighbor kids holding on to me, like grabbing at my clothes and shit, each of my limbs. And I remember like walking with all of them hanging on me with the ball. And I was a pretty shy kid, and I remember they were so obnoxious when they scored. They would start going, yeah, touchdown. So I was jiding them the entire time for being so fucking noisy. And then when I did it, of course, I made fun of them. And
did you get them back that quick?
I did
they
it
don't test
myself.
anything. They just randomize. They send you a random.
My mom really wanted me to be a football player, like a professional football player, when I grew up. That did not pan out. I definitely did not become a football player.
Ramp up the randomness.
I see.
Of the generator.
I wonder.
They don't actually.
Josh had charge strength, exactly.
Yeah, I mean,
they send the government a bill.
Tomorrow they can get them back in an hour. 1 hour, like 1 hour photo or whatever.
What a disappointment!
It's just a button. Click. They throw it They throw it in the garbage.
Yeah, someone pointed out that
they reuse the test. They don't.
The laughing is really obnoxious, and I agree.
So
she gets 100.
There was a time where he was. I listened to his podcast I've listened to all episodes of The Biggest Problem in the Universe. I've listened to every episode of the Deck Show, and I've listened to a lot of the bonus content. And I remember him with the What Are These Podcasts guy who reviews other podcasts. They were listening to Godzilla versus Podcast Zero, which was Maddox's attempt to fuck some chick while talking about Godzilla movies. And whenever she said anything, he would laugh as if it was the funniest fucking thing he's ever heard. And it was completely fake. And, you listen to it and you can pick it up real easy that it's fake. And he said, don't laugh at your own jokes. And he gave that advice a lot of times to other people. There was another podcast he advised, don't laugh at your own jokes. And they took that advice and it
Here, I'll seat you guys. She takes
and it worked. He said that it was a good idea. It was successful for him. It was good advice. And I mean, he does tend to laugh at his own jokes a lot now. And I don't know why.
You realize now that there's no point.
I mean, I'm sure people would have theories as to why. I won't opine on that. I'll leave you to your speculation.
The entire exercise of this is to not do what you've done. I don't care because
you don't care.
I don't care.
Right.
Maybe he's insecure after the Ralph Hall of Fame thing.
It's like a beautiful patio
that
has obviously been there
for 30
years.
So.
Yeah.
But the thing with that was me not making jokes at his expense when he was bombing would have been more awkward than me making jokes, because it would have been dead air. If I wasn't there, it would have been dead fucking air for like an hour where he was supposed to go through his material. And I feel like I helped everyone out there by getting real fucked up by taking a couple shots. and completely dissolving my inhibitions and just laughing at everything. And
about right here.
what's the word when someone in the audience is like antagonizing the guest?
They're wetters.
So it is
The
just
heck, I was
a
heckling him the entire
shower-like
time.
sprinkler
And I think that
spray
helped.
It's not mist.
onto my
Imbibed,
face
yes.
as
Sync
I'm eating
vodka.
a wing.
Yeah.
Sync vodka helped a lot with that because I
Dousing
have
all of the food
I have
and
a lot
drinks,
of
and I say,
apprehension
"Excuse me,
about being too big of an asshole, but that goes away a lot
me,
with alcohol.
You think you could turn these off? She's like, oh yeah, that's probably
Honkling,
yeah,
of course.
sorry,
I
that
mean-
probably wasn't a good idea. I said, well, the lines seem pretty like you sterilize these lines, right? As they're running, like they're sagging with 50 years of.
That was the best thing about that was it was like the first one. Ralph was like, "Oh fuck it, I'll bring on my favorite guest. We'll relive some classic kill stream moments. We'll have a comfy stream." And he sets this up by having his first guest be Dick, who he for like 3 hours sets up as the funniest man to ever live, and then his set comes out. I legit thought he was fucking trolling. I thought like he was just gonna bomb this and make Ralph look like a retard for going through all this trouble. And that's why the first thing I said was like, "Is this a joke?"
Happily move my food.
Just be hot, you goddamn pussies.
I can't stand it.
Let's see here. Kamala Harris.
It's miserable now.
Kamala Harris is going to be president. Did you see that? I love it. That's my favorite.
Yeah.
Can we get some police reform? Well, you know what? We're going to put a cop in the White House.
Mm-hmm.
How do you like that? What do you think about that? One of the worst ones. One of the ones who wanted to keep nonviolent people in prison, so that there wouldn't be a shortage of slave labor. So there wouldn't be a shortage of prison slave labor.
That's a long and rich tradition of
slave labor.
Yeah, I mean,
the 14th Amendment, which abolished slavery,
right?
explicitly states that prison labor is allowed.
Fighting fires every year? All the
Interesting American history knows
Oh,
when we abolished slavery, we
like
very
CDF,
intentionally
like
left
state,
prison
bro,
labor
that's
in
always
as
if you
a
work for
thing.
CDF, man, like you're
13th,
doing
I'm sorry.
ass work. That's
Yeah.
when you're 110 degrees. Fucking no.
That's a clip
Is
from
that-
the sex tape. That's a
Oh,
rotoscope.
no.
Here's a pop quiz.
no.
What's the
Should
third
I have-
amendment to the
Noel,
Constitution?
do you want to call
First
in and
one,
talk
first
about it? I see
one
you're
to
already
get it
there.
right gets a shout out. No googling.
That just
Yeah.
completely derailed any thoughts I have on Kamala Harris, the White
Vote.
House, and the
Courting
police
soldier. That's
reform.
shout. Now
That's the
it's
important
gone.
stuff.
It started with the
that
K.
money, all of that BLM money that went through Act Blue
Just
or wherever it
completely
went
off
to
the
their
stream the
big
second I
umbrella
see it.
charity company, all of that is going to fund a cop's run for president. I just want the irony to soak in for all of the BLM money, all of the anti-Trump money that's getting dumped into politics is
Cluehouse
going
73.
to elect
Thank you.
a
Thank you.
cop
That's it.
for president.
I really don't
because
know.
Biden is not a human.
I don't know a ton about her.
Well, she was like an aggressive prosecutor.
prosecutor, yeah.
She argued to keep nonviolent prisoners in jail for the sole purpose of needing the prison labor. So it would have been unprofitable. Is he here? Is Null here?
No.
Hi.
Come on in.
I am suppressed. They have me muted.
You rang. Oh my God.
I know.
What is going on here?
Maybe he's here. I'll just try to unmute him.
What is?
Null, are you there? No, he's
Hi.
not there. Oh wait, yeah, maybe that. There, is he there?
There he is.
Can you hear me?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I can hear you now. How are you?
Well, this month has been pretty good.
Are you exhausted from your victory lap?
Victory marathon.
Yeah, I'm pretty tired. I mean, it's been a ride.
It has been a ride. I don't mean to offend anyone by laughing at it, but it's just how else do you treat it?
How did this get out? Honestly, was he hacked by Jack Daniels? Was he?
Yeah, makers. I think
He
Yeah.
posted it to prove his ex-girlfriend's boyfriend, to fuck with him. It was entirely malicious. It was entirely by his own hand.
it seems to be the case,
Well,
Sean.
then he probably feels okay about it.
Well,
Now or not.
I mean, maybe you backfired a little bit.
Oh.
It seems that it seems that his girlfriend was had some kind of some sort of a relationship with a guy.
Yeah.
Like an relationship. You know what I think about those, right?
While they were together.
While they were together, she said a number of disparaging things, and then the guy hosted a stream, airing out all of these disparaging things that Ralph's girlfriend said about him.
Yeah,
they were pretty horrific, actually. And then he said that Ralph has never fucked her, and in order to give his side, the other side of the debate, Ralph
gave
DM'd him. But that's what it appears like to me. That's what it appears like to me. And whether he intended that to get out for everybody's viewing pleasure, I don't know.
Right.
Liquor has this habit of sneaking up on you and leaving out big holes in your plan that you would otherwise see.
Suddenly realized
he said in the past that he wanted to post pictures of his own dick. He said that multiple times.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, I don't. The thing is that I think he's a completely shameless person, and he just wanted to fuck with this chick and this guy because I think he knew at that point that she was not going to come back, and he said while watching the stream because when you said it was like a hack, I thought, I mean, it's hard to tell on Twitter what you're being serious about, but
I'm almost never serious.
I automatically just don't believe. I hear hack, I'm like,
I don't
bullshit.
Yeah, exactly.
You're gonna have to prove it was a hack.
Yeah.
Well, that's gonna kick you in the ass in a bit.
Me?
But, yeah.
What?
Why me?
Well, I mean, I have to be honest. This will probably be my last appearance on the show.
Oh no! Why?
Well, for several reasons. First and foremost, I do not believe you when you say that you didn't tell Riley to kick me off. I just don't believe you.
I saw you saying that on your show. That's why I wanted you to call in. So Null, to get Sean caught up. Null, you think that I told Riley you were not welcome because you drive away, quote, big people? Can you say it in your words? I don't want to paraphrase you incorrectly.
Riley's message was that I was the guy at the party that had to be told to leave. And then after that, people got on my case for calling Digibro a pedophile, which he is. And after I left, I was there until like several people were getting at me, and then one guy started calling me a Karen and a moral fag for fucking with Shadman, because Shadman is also a pedophile who drew pictures of Keemstar's daughter being sucking Trump's dick.
Artist. A very controversial and he draws really, really offensive pornography.
Yeah. And people were defending him there, and it's like, I don't want to be in here. I don't want to be around these people, so I left.
Yeah.
And when I told people that it was because Riley asked me to leave, they asked Riley, people who were fans of me in the Discord asked Riley, is that true? And he said, I didn't kick him, but he was making bigger names uncomfortable, specifically Digibro. So I stayed out. And, I mean, you acknowledged it. You tweeted out shit.
Oh, why do you think I told him? Why do you think I told him that? I don't tell Riley shit. I don't talk to anybody about the show, not even Sean.
You do pay him, correct?
I pay him to post. Yeah. I pay him a couple. I mean, I'm not going to get into how much I pay him. I pay him to do the YouTube thumbnails, and then he's kind of just really, like, you know him. He's aggressive at networking. I mean, he's good at it. He's good at it, and he's very bad at it. He drives people who are good away from the show by engaging with them in a way that I don't like, but he's also very good at getting new people interested in the show.
Well, he is the booking manager, so when he tells me that I have to be told to leave, I take that as a word on high. And then afterwards, you tweet out like he's employee of the month and shit. It's not the only thing. I mean, this doesn't help. There's other things that I want to mention, but that's like that was like the first strike.
Go ahead. Sorry.
I mean, that was just kind of like what set me off. Because if you don't, I'm sure you know that these people all fucking meet. Ralph, Digibro, their girlfriends and shit, they all know each other. And they're very actively they're very actively hostile towards me all at once. And it's just like, okay, I get when I'm not welcome. And I don't want to show up just to like bitch. I don't want to just sit here and make things about myself and my feelings. The only reason why I am, to clarify, is you did help me with New Project 2. And I know that you were cut up that Asterios and Mumkey didn't come on to talk about what was bothering them. So
Right.
this is part of what's bothering me, and I feel I owe it to you to at least say what it is.
Yeah. Okay. Is that a prelude to saying it, or were you in the middle? Were you saying it? I don't want to cut you off.
We said that one thing.
That was one thing.
Well, yeah, I mean that's like the initial incident that really got me thinking about specifically the Ralph appearance on episode 204, which I think was like you call it the anniversary stream because it's 2 years, 4 years after.
appearance?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So Ralph shows up and he calls me a pedophile, and I listened to it. I listened to the entire thing in preparation for coming on, and
Okay.
I mean, I do feel like it was a setup, and you knew we would fight, and I feel like you intentionally tried to make a spectacle for the anniversary stream.
No. I don't think people like e-drama shit. I was surprised that you guys were resorting to the pedophile argument immediately. Like, watching two grown men call each other pedophiles is only funny to me because I know both of you don't believe that. I think
I did not ever call him a pedophile. I've never called Ralph a pedophile, and I've gone out of my way to explicitly defend him from being
I take
called
it back
pedophile.
then. I misremember. I take it back. Hearing him say it was funny to me because I don't think he believes it. I mean, it's Ralph. Like, I think he's hurt, and like hurt people, they deal with it in different ways. Ralph's very aggressive when he's hurt, and you're kind of the opposite.
My language, when I call Digibro a pedophile, to clarify, I only call someone a pedophile if I think I could shoot them and sleep well afterwards. That's my barrier.
Well,
I
mean,
would not say that about
don't
Ralph.
I don't really support that either, bud. Like, I don't think you should be calling Digibro a pedophile, but I'm not you. Like, I'm not going to tell you what to say or not to say.
That's the final
appreciate
thing.
when you think that.
The whole shit about Twitter, like, okay, you can make jokes and say awkward shit about Ralph, but I don't think you fully appreciate what you're doing to yourself, and not just to yourself, but to people who associate with you. When you talk about the lolicon shit and you make jokes about jerking off to lolicon, and you're tagging in people like Doug Tenaple and Ricada, who are conservative Christians who would not appreciate that. You don't understand that this never goes back into the box. It's like a Chernobyl event. You will be already what you've done, already what you've said. You will see those tweets for the rest of your life. 10 years down the road, if you're still doing comedy, you'll see people bringing these things up. And the association
that I'm making jokes about lolicon, jerking off to lolicon?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, exactly. It doesn't matter what your legal stance is, what your political stance, philosophical stance, if you find it attractive, not the association is in and of itself toxic. And you can say, well, that's a part of cancel culture. That's whatever you think it is. And you might be right. I'm not going to opine on that. I'm just saying what it has done to me is devastating. Me reaching out, trying to make the legal argument that there's no victims and shit. But I can tell you that the people who jerk off to lolicon are pedophiles. They are the same people. Because when I hosted 9chan, when I was involved with 8chan, the same people posting hardcore child pornography one day would be using the same trip codes to post lolicon on the lolly boards the next. They are the same people. And I think in particular with Digibro's situation, him and Pantsu are both pedophiles into lolicon. And as I saw with the snake thing, with the zoo sadist, people who have a paraphilia like that, who know each other, are more dangerous than they are by themselves. I think that Pantsu Party and Digibro are not just pedophiles, but I think they're dangerous together. And I think that this picture of Ralph and Riley and Mint Salad and shit hanging out with these fucking people is going to blow up in their face. And when it blows up in their face, it's going to affect you and vice versa. So when that happens, I don't want anything to do with it.
I understand what you're saying.
Is lolicon, like, that sounds like
drawings
no, but that sounds like a convention.
Yeah, it's like a lollipop convention or candy.
No, but I mean, like, is it always animated? Is that
yes. Necessarily, yes.
What's the con stand for?
I don't know. That's like a Japanese word for person, I think. Isn't it? Con?
Yeah,
I don't know.
I don't know. Like that.
No, do you know?
And you know, it's not always just animated. Like, there was specific artists who were arrested because they traced real child pornography. And I know those pictures are out there. I know that they're drawings of real children being raped. Huh?
Yeah. Yeah, there's a victim in that case.
It doesn't. The thing is, the word pedophile does not mean child molester, but it doesn't have to mean that. You mentioned like it's hate speech because it's thought crime. Like, good. If I had a button to kill every pedophile, I would press it twice just to make sure. I really don't feel bad about Karen farming over child abuse, and I think it's especially as someone who really likes you, I want to go out on a limb and say you have to understand that no matter what okay, the jokes about libertarianism and the roads and chain link and all that shit might work, will work. People will forgive that, like they did on The Biggest Problem. 99% of the people who listen to your podcast will hear you defend lolicon, and it does not matter. You can be 100% right. The argument is repulsive to a normal person.
Yeah, I mean, I'll try to go down. I've been writing down some of your points so I can address them in turn. I hear your concern. That is what I hear from you. I understand that you want to distance yourself from it as an act of self-preservation.
Well, everybody does.
I understand.
If you're uncomfortable to a certain, everybody has a different
cord.
level of comfort and what they want to associate with.
Yeah,
and I completely understand that.
Yeah, the jokes I will never stop doing. I'm committed fully for the rest of my life to getting pursued by bad jokes or any kind of joke.
Have you made jokes about like pedophilia and child molestation and shit in the past?
You know what? Well, I mean, definitely.
Shit, I'm sure.
I made one at the beginning of the show. I said a public school teacher was just sizing me up to be raped.
Yeah, I'm sure I've done it too.
And by the way, Null, that is the most acceptable type of joke to make in Hollywood. Like, if we're talking about reputation and getting burned over jokes, you can tell 10 million jokes about child molestation. They will give you a free. They don't even blink. But you tell one joke. If I told a joke about my own race, that would get me kicked out.
You're talking. I mean, get the fuck out of LA then. And I think the audience of people at comedy clubs in LA and online are different. The general population cannot be defined by anecdotes in LA. LA is a fucking shithole.
Yeah, I think that if we're talking about actual pedophiles, the world is run by an elite pedophile ring. So, like, this is
the elite don't fund you. The elite don't fund you. The random guys who listen to you while trucking around the U.S. are the people who fund you. Don't shit where you eat. Those people will not. The fucking guys who listen will not find this Chad. A lot of people want to hear. Like I always compare your show to like the guy, the Man Show. Was that it? I was very young when the Man Show was airing, and just that's like a modern incarnation of that. And a lot of guys need. Like fatherly advice, and I think you fill that role whether or not you think you do or you should. A lot of people listen because they want to hear what they would want to hear from like a father figure, and no one wants to hear a father figure say, "Yeah, I'm gonna go jack off with lolicon with this fucking degenerate pedophile couple." Like nobody. There is no audience for that.
It was a joke that I told to PPP, like that would be a punishment for like this would be a big. It's so dumb. This is what I'm gonna do.
So this is a specific thing,
a specific joke that I said, like, yeah, I'm gonna. This is gonna be the big climax of this. Is I'm gonna beat off to Lolly. Obviously joking. I mean, I can't beat off.
There's more than one joke. I understand that it's a joke, but like I said, it is like Chernobyl. It is something that will never clear up. Maddox is going to be fucking compiling this.
I'm not afraid of getting. I'm not afraid of getting canceled for comedy or getting canceled for thought crimes. I'm just not afraid of it, man. Yeah. Like at this point, if I don't know what they're going to take from me.
Well, that's where
it's nothing, and everybody who supports the show knows that I will absolutely always draw a line between thought and action, always. And specifically, you said the Christian guys like Doug and Nick. I promise you that the most Christian thing to do with actual pedophiles is to realize that they're in a tremendous amount of pain, and that even if they want to, they cannot control their addiction, and to continually call them scum and that you're going to fucking kill them is just going to make them kill themselves. And I know that you might think that's a good thing, but it is not loving. Like Jesus Christ would say, look, I understand that you're dealing with an incredible burden kindergarten. We've got to keep you away from kids. We've got to keep you away from kids. We're all working together to keep you the fuck out of the public education system, to keep you the fuck out of church, and for you to let everybody know that we can't let kids around you, but you are still suffering an ungodly amount of pain, and it's not fair. It's not fair
if
that people...
If an animal is in pain, you put it down, Dick. You don't fucking rehabilitate it. You don't try and give it morphine for the rest of its life. There is no value in keeping Digibro alive. He has nothing to give anyone. He is a threat to children and a complete fucking waste of everything else that he consumes.
There is value in all life. Like, there is value in everyone's life. Digibro, I don't know what happened to him, but I don't understand how you can walk away from that not seeing that he was using Lolly very infrequently, as he says, to put himself in the mind of the small girl. Like,
he openly admits that he's a pedophile, and I don't believe that. I do not believe that he wants to be the little girl. It's just bullshit. It's like it's a nonsense fucking argument. You don't fantasize about being a 3-year-old girl being raped.
Yes,
no.
You do. You don't think
no.
anyone
no.
themselves in the more often than not, when people are watching pornography, they put themselves in the mind of the submissive person. Like, it's not, you're not watching a point of view. It's not like Ralph's sex tape where you're the guy doing the filming. You're watching it and you're hypnotizing yourself like in a movie. Like,
shot on an island of quicksand, apparently.
You're experiencing, when you watch a movie, all of the characters have to be relatable because you are putting yourself into the position of the character. Like, I don't understand how you can say definitively it's not that way for all
untrue. You need at least one character you can associate with, but you do not have to relate to all of them. And I don't watch pornography and consider myself the submissive. I don't know if that's like a Freudian slip or what. No, I do not watch porn and imagine myself getting fucked. I don't watch. I don't. It's not true. That's not reality.
It is messier than you think in your brain. And I'm not saying yours. I'm saying in people's brains, when they're watching pornography, they are it's like a movie's got to have a good bad guy to win, because you kind of want him to win. And then you're happy when he's beaten. Like, the human mind is not as simple as you're making it seem, I don't think.
But do you see what you're doing? In order to even defend this person, you have to put yourself into the shoes of a pedophile, and people listening to that will pick up on that. You can't do it. That's why I say it does not matter how you feel about him as a friend or as a person, if you feel bad for him or not. You cannot associate with an open pedophile, because it will always look bad on you. And normal people...
He's not an open pedophile. He openly has looked at Lolly and enjoys it. He's not a fucking pedophile.
That is pedophilia.
That doesn't make you a pedophile.
It does make you a pedophile. If you are attracted to... If you watch yaoi, if you watch gay men fuck each other, you're probably gay. If you masturbate to anime foot, you're probably into feet. If you masturbate to anime children, you're probably into children. This is not complicated.
What about lesbian porn? Let's go. Are you a fucking lesbian all of a sudden? Or
Yeah,
are you putting your...
the people most into lesbians are cutting their fucking dicks off and becoming lesbians, Dick. Yes. People into lesbian porns are fucking weird.
So watching two chicks get it on with a double-sided dildo makes me a fucking trans woman now, no?
Yeah. Yeah, I think people into lesbian porn are weird. I think that... And you see it a lot with people who go trans. They call themselves transbians. Yeah, it's fucked up. It's weird.
Yeah, I got news for you. The guy driving a truck across the country right now identifies a hell of a lot more with watching lesbian porn and not being called a chick.
I mean, if they do watch that, it's because they want to get in on it. You watch a man fuck a child and you're thinking, oh, I gotta squeeze on into that. You're still a fucking pedophile. The whole fantasy with two lesbian women, it's like, I want to have two chicks at once. If you want to have a guy and a little girl at once, you're still a fucking pedophile.
So
you're just
now
a more fucked up one.
When it's lesbians, it's not what meets the eye, you're saying. It's something else. But when it's...
There is no way that you can spin a child being raped into something that is not pedophilia. It is not possible.
It's a drawing. It's a drawing like video game violence, like satanic music. It is an artistic representation of something that is meant to appeal to something deeper than the literal elements of your mind. It's a drawing. It's art. That's what it is. Now, there might be overlap. The stats and the Japanese stats around this suggest otherwise. But if you seriously want to keep kids away from pedophiles, keep them out of school, because that's where it's happening. If you,
I agree with you. Homeschool your kids. I mean, I agree with you. Homeschool your fucking kids because the public school system is a fucking wreck. But I mean, that doesn't matter. That's a deflection. Who gives a fuck about the public schools? I'm talking about the people who you have in your house and who you have as friends on your show and who you're booting off other guests to make room for, who masturbate to children.
I didn't boot you off. I don't give a fuck how big anybody is. I never told Riley to boot you. By the way, you had a number of falsehoods in your video about me. Mint salad. I don't know why everyone fucking cares about mint salad, because everyone wants to raise her like their own dad. She was already living out of her house. She was 20 years old when I ever talked to her for the first time about her parents being insane. She had already left the house. If you don't think me encouraging a 20-year-old to leave home is a good thing, then I don't know. Like, I mean, I don't know what to tell you. If you're 18, get the fuck out of your parents' house. It's good for your brain for any reason.
I don't know. I from what I heard, she was 18 and you told her to leave her family to go draw shitty furry porn with Riley.
No, it's because you're listening to these fucking people in your forum that are just using you to get back at people they don't like. She was already out of home. She was 20 years old. I didn't do
Nobody
shit.
is using me. Unless Cameron Clark has a fucking hand up Riley's ass making him talk, nobody has used me.
Riley and Mint are both kids. They're having fun. They're driving around America doing their tour. Look, Riley runs his fucking mouth and drives people away from the show. So did Dustin. So does every single person who ever tries to help with the show. It's constantly me getting involved and saying, stop antagonizing people. Just fucking stop. If you want to antagonize people, go to another server and fuck with them there. But it sounds both ways to me. Like you're calling Digibro a fucking pedophile? You don't think his friend is going to tell you to go fuck yourself?
Because he is a pedophile. The majority of people who listen to this are going to believe that a man who masturbates to pictures of children being raped is a pedophile. You cannot. It's an indefensible position.
It's not pictures of children. It's drawings. You're saying it like which would you rather have on your phone? If you got stopped at customs, would you rather have actual child pornography or drawings of it?
I would rather not be a pedophile and not have child porn on my phone.
Can't answer because it's a good point. You won't answer because it's a good point. Because you know goddamn
because it's a complete bullshit statement. Which would you rather have in your bag, weed or cocaine? Like I would rather not have fucking drugs in my bag.
But if you had to pick, see how easily I can answer that?
I don't have to pick because I'm not a pedophile and I don't have this shit on my computer, Dick.
It's not experiment though, isn't it? If somebody put it on your computer, which would you rather have?
I mean, I'm not going to answer this question. Because it doesn't have any connection to what I'm saying about Digibro being a pedophile.
John, which one would you have? Which one would you rather have?
The drawings.
The drawing. Yeah, obviously. Yeah.
I mean, if I had to.
If you had to. Somebody hacked in like they hacked into Ralph's phone and posted a sex tape.
It's a hypothetical with no connection to Digibro being a pedophile. It's a deflection.
No, it shows that there is a difference, and you know what the difference is. That one is art, that one is a drawing, and one is real. One is horrifying, and
that one is ostensibly more legal than the other. Now, just because the lolicon law does not get pressed as much as it could be, does not mean that it is not illegal. It definitely is. But I don't find the issue that, I mean, what is the argument now that because it's not illegal, it's not immoral? If the law was that if you, I mean, the law's been wrong all the fucking time. It's continuously fucked up. You know this to be true. How can you defend the United States Code of laws as if it's some kind of a religious doctrine and basis for modern morals? It's not. If the law said that child rape isn't rape if you wear a silly hat, you're not going to say, well, he's wearing a silly hat, he can't be a child molester, he never got convicted. That's fucking stupid.
The law, I think, should try to protect victims, and in the case of drawings, the victim is the artist.
Sure, I agree with you. I don't think it should be illegal. There's several reasons why that I'm not going to get into, but I do believe that people who masturbate to children being raped are pedophiles.
Drawings, though, you got to say the drawing part.
Okay, well, people who masturbate to simulations of child pornography are pedophiles. There, I threw in the word.
I mean, they can imagine it. Like, you can't stop them from just picturing it.
Sure,
well, that's what he's
but
saying.
I'm just saying that his indication that he does do this is in fact proof that he is a pedophile and that his girlfriend or whatever the fuck she is also a pedophile. It is,
and it doesn't. But that also doesn't mean that he would ever act on it with a real, and that's the
does
line
not matter.
I make.
No,
yeah,
I mean,
no,
maybe that's
I
Dick's point, but I don't care. I don't want to know these people. I don't want to be around these people. I don't want to associate with these people. And I don't want to associate with people who associate with these people who are into
and
sexually attracted
you
to
have every
children.
right to feel that way and every
Yeah.
right to do what you want to do to make yourself comfortable. That's
Yeah,
I mean, that's
sure.
exactly what whatever you feel like you have to do, that's what you have to do. It's your life.
The only thing I had a problem with was the inaccuracies that I told Riley to say. That I told Riley to say these things because I didn't tell him shit. I never would. I never will. I just say, hey, can you post? The only thing I ever tell Riley is, hey, great, he's got a guy. Awesome. Here's the Discord link. Hey, can you post this thumbnail? But I don't know. I'm sorry that you don't want to associate with me anymore because I like your calls.
Yeah, I mean, I appreciate you were one of the few people who like reached out to help, and I feel really fucked over by this, to be honest.
Well,
because I mean, when you, I didn't even mention, but you brought up the forum. I didn't even touch on that. The whole thing about going and instigating shit with the forum, it directly puts me as a point of contention between my own community and you, and accepting money through New Project 2. That really fucked me. Your stupid fucking Twitter account fucked me, Dick.
How did it fuck you?
Because it made all the bullshit that these fucking people spun look plausible when suddenly, after they're making fun of you, you're going to the forum, you're arguing with the forum saying like, oh, this is full of A-logs. These people should be banned because they're using the forum against you.
I don't think they should be banned. Whatever you want. I just think that I do think that they're A-logs. I do think that they want harm to come to the e-celebrities they don't like. Enough of them. An A-log is somebody that wants to hurt the cow, right? Not milk the cow, but hurt them. Like send them to jail.
A-log was a specific person. He's someone who really got overly angry at someone who they really weren't that much better than. And I don't think that fits the definition. I think that people root against e-celebs. I think that's the nature of e-celebdom, is that you want to see people fall. There's very few people in the Internet Famous Board who you're just like constantly laughing at.
Well, that sounds like splitting hairs, but I kind of don't really see how it's a problem that you can't just ignore people in your forum that don't like the way you're running it. Isn't that what you tell other people to do?
Because that's my support base, and if I lose that, I lose everything that I built.
Well, I understand that. I don't know, man. I thought, can we agree that that the sex tape was funny?
Oh yeah. I'm very happy that Ralph decided to humiliate himself, and I hope he gets completely fucked over by it. I guess that makes me an A-log by your definition. I guess I'm A-logging Ralph right now by prognosticating, by doomsaying. But yeah, I mean, it's what's funny is that I called it, and everything that he did to fuck himself over, he could have avoided by not doing anything. And I'm telling you in the exact same way, close your fucking Twitter account, post your links to your shows, stop having these arguments, because whatever your humor is does not translate into Twitter. Your shit does not work in Twitter. It can be interpreted in 10,000 different ways, all of them negative.
I understand that. I hear your concern. I think Ralph, I hope he lays off the booze a little bit, because I think that's what brought him down. That's what's causing him grief, not necessarily keeping his mouth shut. But I guess we'll see. I'm gonna keep making jokes, man. I'm gonna keep trying to draw a hard line between fantasy and reality, because
I mean, I can understand the argument, but I can't empathize with, like, yeah, these are the people I want to have around me. I just can't.
Well, you don't even have you don't even have to really justify that. Like, if that's again, it's your life. When you
can determine the quality of a man by the people that he associates with.
Yeah, try that with Jesus. How did that work on him? It's criminals, and I'm fine. I'm fine trying to help these people. I don't care what people think of the guys I hang around with. And you of all people should know that, running what would be considered one of the scummiest sites on the internet.
Yeah, and I eat a lot of shit for it, well deserved, but I do not associate with pedophiles because I know, well, number one, I don't want to. Number two, it's you cannot thrive with something that toxic You just
Yeah,
can't.
and
I
there's
hate
no
the word
money.
toxic, but it is a humming radioactive element just sitting in your front yard.
Yeah. Do you host Lolly?
I did for a while, but after I closed, I specifically because the people who were posting on the lolly board kept posting child porn on the main board. During my
Yeah.
break a couple months ago, I told the people that were next in line, I'm like, you can either pull this shit off my server now, or I'm closing it until you can, because I'm not doing this anymore. It lasted about 2 months, and I will reiterate that the people who posted the child porn posted the lolicon. They were the same exact demographic. I have no doubt whatsoever that Digibro has looked at, sought after, kept, masturbated to actual pictures of children being harmed. You cannot convince me otherwise.
Well, you should be careful making those claims about people. If they might, it just might get you sued. That would be if we're giving unsolicited advice to each other, that would be my advice to you. Pump the brakes on the pedophile accusations.
The truth is an absolute defense for defamation, and I believe that a judge will look at the fact that Digibro openly admits to being attracted to Lolicon as proof that he's a pedophile, and will rule in my favor.
I hope it doesn't
instance.
come to that. I hope none of this would come to this. I wish that you and Ralph had made up on that show. I think he was hurt, obviously, but here we are. We got to move forward. I'll miss you, Null. I hope you come back someday.
Me too.
Yep. Take it easy.
Bye.
See ya. That did not.